Today I fucked up by wanting a mojito. I swear to God I am going to hide in my bed and never ever try to contact another human being. I have already informed my man that if he wants to cancel the wedding, I am not going to be surprised. So, my girlfriends and I went to a bar, because one of us was celebrating her birthday. In my defense, I was kinda overworked, and even when I am not, I am awkward. We picked to the table, sat down, and the waiter took our order. I wanted mojito. The bar was crowded a bit, so our order took some time to be delivered, then only the drinks for my friends came and not for me, so after maybe 20 minutes I decided I will find the waiter and remind him, besides I wanted to go to toilet anyways. As I was walking through the bar, I noticed a guy in a typical waiter shirt, so I went straight to him and informed him that nobody brought me my mojito yet. "You want me to bring you mojito?" he asked. "Yes please, I would appreciate it. Seems like nobody here noticed me," I said, trying to be a little flirtatious, as I got scared that I may seem like a Karen. "What a shame, mojito for you it is, then," he smiled, in a hot way. "So we good," I thought, then he asked where can he find me, and then he nodded. 5 minutes after, he brought me my mojito and told me his name. I was like, strange, but whatever, my name is Amelia and I will make sure to find you if I wanted anything else, smirk smirk. After a half of a drink, we decided to go for a cigarette outside. You know, it's already cold outside, so we had to take our things with us and I did not want to look like we are leaving without payment. "I am just going for a cig and will be right back," I said to the same guy and blinked. "Do not worry." As we were staying outside the bar, smoking, this guy and 2 other walked out and waved for a taxi. The guy handed me his phone number. While not being the waiter, TL, doctor mistaken a guest for a waiter. Made that poor man buy me mojito. Looks like he was looking for more heat THO. I'll show myself out. I don't see this as a F up. You got a free drink from a nice guy. It was nice of him, but maybe you should think about telling him you are in a relationship. You also should think about paying him back and telling him about how you mistook him as a waiter. Nah, it was only a simple real awkward mistake, why should she emphasize it? Oh my god, that is awesome. Not a F up. This is a win. You got a free mojito. That's a alcoholic drink. All I can see is free mojito. Today I fucked up by stinking up a public bus. After having a meal at a coffee shop, I had to take a public bus home. To get to the bus stop there is a pathway about 30 meters long. There was nobody around me. I checked, and I needed to fart badly because of my heavy meal and I have IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, which causes bloatiness. So while strolling to the bus stop I let go of this long silent fart. It's one of those that feels like releasing air from a balloon, a good 5 seconds release. I could feel it filling up my pants and I could feel the heat of it traveling down my hamstrings to my calf. Now 20 meters away from the bus stop, right immediately after my asshole clenched shut for business, I turn and see my bus coming and there is no traffic light to slow it down. I am familiar with the bus frequency, so I had a choice. Run for it or wait another 20 minutes or so. I made a run for it. Now I didn't forget about the fart. While running I keep smacking the back of my pants hoping the fart inside would dissipate by the time I board. I made it to the bus and thought to myself, surely a fart 10 seconds ago plus all that whacking would have cleared the pants. I was wrong. It didn't hit at first because I was walking, but once I sat down I could smell the familiar smell of sulfur, rotten eggs, because of IBS, in the air slowly creeping into my nose. I start to hear the other riders exhaling forcefully out of their nostrils and I knew they all could smell it. The only thing that saved me from utter embarrassment is that it was non-peak hours and the bus only had a handful of passengers, but still there were about a dozen. I looked out the window and acted like nothing happened. Too long, didn't read, farted and saw bus coming. Ran for it thinking smell had gone, but stank up the whole bus instead. Could have been worse. Could have been a shart. I have shit in my pants 3 times in my life. IBS is a pain in the ass, pun intended. I was expecting a liquid shit instead of a silent fart and you didn't realize until you sat down. Relatable, but not that bad of a FU all things considered. True, but I felt bad for the people who had to inhale my foul gas since the bus is air conditioned. Also super embarrassing because I was the only one who boarded at that stop, so they knew it was me. Back in the 80s I got 4th row tickets for Midnight Oil, an Australian rock band. Before the concert we went and got Mexican food. I had a gigantic burrito. Needless to say it stewed in my guts and bubbled out right as the concert started. I'm not kidding. I had a continuous fart for more than a minute. Because of the music nobody could hear it. I figured with that many people nobody would notice who did it. Until the women behind me started screaming at the top of her fried lungs. I forgot that music is just airwaves and I was blasting the 10 rows behind me. I nearly caused a riot. It was that bad. I also have IBS and I can honestly say the farts are vile, so I know how you feel, as I have also gassed out a few public places. Thankfully I've only shit myself once and it was when I was locked out of my house so no one knew. Today I fucked up by asking my child to move furniture. This happened about an hour ago and I am still hiding in absolute shame in the hope that this gets forgotten as soon as possible. My eldest child is nearly 18, I'm a single mum, very single right now. I have a large delivery coming tomorrow and had to clear some space at the side of bedroom. No big deal, it was only a small set of drawers to be moved. I could have emptied them to make them lighter so I could move them myself, but no. I was being lazy and decided to ask my son to help me. After repeatedly shouting him to exit his gaming man cave of a bedroom, he storms in annoyed at my audacity to disturb him. I of course, remind him that I birthed him. He grabs the drawers and lifts them. At this point they tip over and my vibrator floats gracefully in the air in what seemed to be slow motion. Did multiple somersaults across the floor to make its presence even more known than I thought possible. Landing on his foot. Cue the awkward moment of silence whilst we both stood in shock staring at the bright pink love machine now resting on his big toe. He turned gracefully and walked out of my room. Neither of us has made the first move at communication as yet. This could be a long wait. I also ended up moving the drawers myself. Which I wish I'd done in the first place. TL, doctor asked my 17-year-old son to move furniture, my sex toy fell out in front of us both. It may seem like things couldn't get any worse, but just remember that he could have asked to borrow it. Oh great, you found my plastic pickle. I have a large delivery coming. Yep. She already had a large delivery in one of the drawers. Update, we saw each other this morning whilst I was getting breakfast ready. The traumatized child didn't make eye contact but did state his preferred breakfast order. We ate in silence and then he left for college. It's a start I suppose, but it's clear he will have long-term trauma from the incident and may need counseling at some point in his late 30s to early 40s. Oh don't worry. He's probably already told his besties about all this, with them maybe teasing him a bit too. Also, no. He wouldn't have been traumatized. Just embarrassed about the whole ordeal. Today I fucked up by agreeing to help my mom move her dresser, without shoes on. Just stare at him in the eyes and assert dominance, it will be fine. This goes where you used to be.